Thank you for joining us. Welcome to LumioStation.
What's going on, LumioStation? ShadyPenguinn here, welcoming you back for the final episode of Pokemon Scrabble. Basically, there was some miscommunication, and we thought it would be in last week, but it's ended this week. And if you didn't know and you didn't even hear about it from the Prism Podcast, just stay tuned. But before we get started, if you can, if you're excited, please show some Shady love to that like button right below this video. Actually, show some Lumios love right down there, because your support, you already know, is super appreciated. It is everything to this channel. It is the lifeblood. So we're here. We have our Scrabble bag. We have it, and this is the last time we'll be doing this over on this channel. Next week, I will be introducing a brand new series for you guys, and then, of course, the following week, we will begin battling right away with the new series. The new series is going to be VGC-oriented, because there's no VGC on Lumios yet, and I'm really interested in getting involved in Lumios. So, that being said, expect a new series from me on Lumios on our new day, Tuesdays. So, today we're here, and it is also Tuesday, and we're going to go in with our final episode of Scrabble. This is just going to be a regular Scrabble, not a versus. It's just me here. I'm going to pick 6 letters for myself. The last time I'll be doing this on Lumios. Moo! All right, let's get it. Our first letter is going to be a V. Oh, I'm just going to throw it at the ground. Our first letter is going to be a V, so we're going to start off with a V. That's fantastic. That's very nice. Our next letter is going to be a P. So PV, we got Vice President, VP, we got Vice President right now. Vice President who? Come on, give us some letters, give us some letters. Our next letter is going to be an S. So we have an S. Vice President Silly. And our fourth letter is going to be, these are actually, I don't want to jinx it. Our next letter is an L. That is a fantastic letter. VPSL. And for the last time, make sure you guys are building your teams along with me down below in the comment section, because you guys always create better teams than me. Let's go. Our fifth letter is going to be an E. That is not a bad letter, so we have an E. And our final and sixth letter is going to be, are we really going to avoid the curse? Did we avoid the curse? We did! We got a K! So our 6 letters are VPSLEK. Vice President Silly Lek. So, guys, build your teams in the comment section below. When we get back, I will be ready with an opponent, gonna go in and battle. And let's see how we can do on the last episode of Pokemon Scrabble. Alright, LumioStation, so we are back, and I have my opponent, Mark. I grabbed him from my Twitter, so I'm hoping for a competitive battle for the final episode of Pokemon Scrabble. And I'm gonna show you the Pokemon that I chose today. For our letters, for L, I chose Lapras. For S, I chose Shroomish, because I'm trying to spread the love of Shroomish on every channel I can. So far it's been on David's, I believe it's been on Luke's, and now it's been on Lumios. I'm gonna get it everywhere. I love Shroomish so much. For P, I chose Porygon Z. For Venusaur, I chose, for V, I chose Venusaur. For E, I chose Electrode. And for King K, I chose Kingdra. So those are all our letters, our final letters, and I'm pretty happy with this team. A couple common weaknesses. We got 2 fighting weaknesses. We do got the 1 resistance, and our Shroomish is very fat on the physical side, so I'm not too worried about physically offensive Pokemon. Today, we're going to go in right now against Mark. Let's see what Mark is bringing. I'm going to take a picture of his team, so I can be sure to not forget. He's got Charizard, Tentacruel, Sableye, Jolteon, Ludicolo, and Mienshao. A very powerful team. Very powerful team. You guys know that he does not have any Scrabble restrictions. I just said only 1 OU Pokemon, please, and he abided by that, so it's really awesome. Who we might lead with? Probably that Lapras. Wow. Okay. Probably that Sableye. I need to turn down a little bit. I think I'm going to go ahead. The Mienshao might be... Actually, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and assume he's going to lead with the Mienshao. I'm going to lead with our Venusaur. And I'm going to go ahead and Mega Evolve straight away Mega Evolve. So that I can go ahead and get some more bulk on my side. Got some more bulk on my side. You know what I'm saying? But everyone's going crazy right now because Oris is slowly leaking on the internet. As far as people being able to get their hands on it early. I know that there have been shops in Canada who have broken street date yet again. So now it's only a matter of time before people start risking the biscuit and leaking things onto the internet. We're going to get the new megas, and we're going to know what secret megas there are, if there are any, and I think there has to be. So we'll see what happens with the Aura stuff. You guys know that all the channels on LumioStation. LumioStation's going to have one. I'm going to have one. Nappy's going to have one. Everyone's going to be LPing the game because we all love Pokemon. So, of course, we're all going to LP it. It's what we want to do. Is how we want to spend our time. So, Regardless of that, let's focus on Scrabble. I'm going to open up with my Venusaur, like I said, as my opponent opens up with the Sableye. That was my second. Initially I said Sableye, and then I saw Mienshao, and I really thought it would be Mienshao, but it wasn't. So I'm going to go ahead. I'm just going to go straight up for Elite Seed, because I think I'll be forcing a switch here. I don't think my opponent would go right onto Ludicolo. That seems kind of nonsensical. So I have no reason to think otherwise. He does opt to stay in, possibly getting a Will-O-Wisp off. There's the Will-O-Wisp. It is going to hit my Hideki. Luckily, Hideki is not a physical attacker, so I don't really mind the burn all that much. I don't have any fire types to eat up said burn, so this was kind of the situation I was forced into as of now. With me planting that Leech Seed, I do think that my opponent is probably going to go out into the Tentacruel. Yeah, I could see Tentacruel being a thing. I think HP Electric would be really good on Venusaur. Hits flying types and hits water types. Well, I know you don't need to hit water types because you're grass, but like, I see Tentacruel and I think right away, oh, I really wish I had HP Electric. But I'm going to go ahead and assume that my opponent is most likely going to go out into that Gosh Diggity Darn Tentacruel. With that in mind, I'm going to hard switch out into Sucker Punch. We're going to see right now, I'm actually switching out while my opponent is not. Either that or I outspeed. I probably outspeed, actually. Nope, he's going to taunt me off the bat. He could have taken another Giga Drain. Oh, man. Well, fortunately, we are going to have the Leech Seed still on the Sableye. And like I said before, I did think the Tentacruel was coming out. Not going to happen now, obviously. But that Jolteon looks like a very viable option. Very viable option for Sucker Punch. I have Hidden Power on this thing. I believe it's Hidden Power Grass. Regardless, I'm going to go straight away for a Signal Beam. It's going to withdraw the Sableye. I do feel as though the Jolteon is going to come out. There's the Jolteon, so we're going to get a Signal Beam off the Jolteon. I really don't know how much it's going to do, to be honest, but you know what? Yeah, that doesn't do much at all. Okay, sweet, awesome. And now I'm not in a good position. I could go straight back out into... because I'm choice, so I'm going to hard switch back out into Venusaur. Something tells me Venusaur is going to be slowly dwindling down. Completely out of my power. I feel like that's what's going to happen. I'm going to go for the Shadow Ball, of course, not going to go for the Electric type attack. Kind of obvious, which is obvious. So he doesn't get the special D-drop, which is pretty fortunate for us. However, right now, I should be able to go ahead and just go for... I'm just going to go for a Sludge Bomb. Because I feel... I can't go for Elite Seed or Giga Drain because Liquid Ooze Tentacruel is pretty common. And I really don't want to Giga Drain and just force myself death. I'd rather just get some damage off. Although, to be honest, the damage is going to be minuscule. The damage is going to be extremely minuscule that Tentacruel is going to take. I don't know if you guys can hear that siren. My goodness, my window's closed and it's that loud. Oh my gosh. That's insane. Normally my window's open all the time, 24/7. Like 7th heaven, but it's going to withdraw the Jolteon. I do feel as though the Tentacruel is coming in. Blue Jelly! Call it a Tentacruel prediction. So we're going to get a Sludge Bomb off, not going to do anything. Realistically, if I was making that prediction, I should have just hard switched back out into Electrode. I really should have. Because now this is going to give my opponent free reign to do whatever he wants. I don't have Synthesis, so I won't be healing Hideki up. And I feel as though I have to go into Sucker Punch. My team is very... Electrode, Shroomish, and Lapras. Let's just say that. Electrode, Shroomish, and Lapras. But I love using these Pokemon. He's going to go for a Sludge Wave. That's going to hurt a lot, definitely. That is definitely going to hurt a lot. I was about to say, fortunately, we didn't get... It wasn't a 2-hit KO, but he got the Poison. So now it's a 2-hit KO. Which leaves my opponent with even more options. I'm unfortunately not running the Explosion in this thing. I'm going to go... I don't know what my hidden power is. But I think my opponent's going to predict me to predict the Jolteon. So I'm just going to straight away go for the Thunderbolt to get as much damage off on this Tentacruel as possible. So we get a good amount. No paralyzation. And Electrode is going to be the first letter to fall. E, you are worthless. You're going right back in the bag. And I apologize, Electrode. I really do. I really do. Now, though, looking at my opponent's team... That Mienshao is going to be the problem. It's just that gosh darn Mienshao. Otherwise, I'd go right out into Escape 64, set up a Dragon Dance. No, but he's got the Sableye still. He still has Sableye. which is really unfortunate. I have to choose this next move very carefully. I have to go for Dark Pulse. I can't go for Thunderbolt because of Jolteon. I can't go for Tri-Attack because of Sableye. So I have to go for Dark Pulse. That's so unfortunate, man. My opponent's team is extremely well built. You can see the immunities right in there. Immune to normal type moves. Immune to ghost type moves. Immune to electric type moves. And then immune to Spore and Leech Seed of the like thanks to that Ludicolo. So definitely a really solid team. We're going to get a Dark Pulse off. I kind of need a flinch to pull through here, but I'm not going to get that. My opponent's going to go for the Scald. He already got the poison off the Sludge Wave. Will he get the burn as well? He does not. He does not get the burn as well. I don't know. I don't know that Dark Pulse will kill. He's going to stay in. He's going to opt to stay in with Blue Jelly, probably really fishing for that residual damage burn. We are going to snag a flinch on our second. So there we go. We got secondary for secondary with his poison to my flinch. That is awesome. And here, of course, I am just going to go for the Dark Pulse. The Mienshao coming in is most likely going to come in after this switch, but it's all good. It's all good if it does. Blue Jelly is going to go down to a Dark Pulse. I'm okay with the way that turned out. True, I could have gone for the Thunderbolt, but I'd much rather have my opponent... Would I rather? I guess not. I probably should have gone for the Thunderbolt. But I really did not want to risk that Jolteon coming in on a Porygon Z. That would not have been good. That would not have been good at all. So we've already lost our Choice Scarfer, which is absolutely terrible. As my first thing to lose. That is terrible. That is terrible. But unfortunately, my opponent's team is just really... It's a really well-constructed team. I'm going to have to set up to win. I know that already. So Chan is going to come through, who is going to really do a number to our team. I'm going to go ahead right away and just send in Venusaur. He's almost dead anyway. Let's go ahead and just sacrifice him to the fake out U-turn gods, because I'm pretty sure that's what we're about to experience. I'm almost positive that's what we're about to experience. Is that what we are about to experience? Knockoff! Well, that is still... It's going to snag a crit, which is going to force the KO thanks to the burn. Wow. So I got nothing with that Venusaur. Nothing but a safe switch in. Now I have to... This is really unfortunate. I have to go out into my Kingdra. And I have to set up a Focus Energy. I also have to hope that my opponent just straight up switches out. I don't think this Mienshao is Choice Scarf because he went for the knockoff. I really don't think so. Oh, he is Choice Scarfed. Oh, done! He's gonna knock off my Scope Lens. Oh, no. Welp. I have to go for a Draco Meteor. I have to go for a Draco Meteor. Oops, sorry about that, guys. He's gonna withdraw and go out into the Sableye. I need to crit to kill. And I did Focus Energy. Granted, I did Focus Energy. But I did lose my Scope Lens. But we are going to... Oh, that's not even a crit. That's not even a crit! I probably could have gone for the Scald. I probably could have gone for the Scald. Jolteon's going to come out. Are you Choice Scarf, Jolteon? You might be. Well, my special attack is down. So there's no reason not to go for the Draco Meteor. He's going to go for the T-Bolt. It's neutral. I have a slight chance of living this. No, I do not. That is specs. No, I do not. Welp. We have to go out into Little Guy. And Little Guy is, of course, going to force the Ludicolo out. So I'm going to go for the Spore, kind of hoping that my opponent doesn't go into Ludicolo, but I think we're going to get handled in this last episode of Pokemon Scrabble. I mean, team preview, you can kind of see that happening anyway. My opponent has a UU team with Jolteon. Well, not really a UU team. He's got Jolteon and Ludicolo, and then he's got an OU Pokemon. He just Tentacruel, Mienshao, and Sableye are really good Pokemon from UU. There's no excuses. Just got bodied, that's all. Just got bodied, that's all. I'm hoping I can bring this down to a 3-0, though, thanks to Porygon Z. I'm really hoping that my opponent goes out into Charizard here. I hope he gets sassy and goes out into Charizard, because then we will have a slight chance. If he goes out into Ludicolo, I don't really know what Ludicolo wants to do anyway, but I wouldn't be a fan. I never would be. I'm just not going to be a fan. There's no way. There's no way I can be a fan of such a catastrophic turn of events. It's not going to happen. It ain't gonna happen, girl. It ain't gonna happen. What you got, huh? What you got? You got a pair of aces? You got trips? You don't got a full house. Flush? Withdraws. He doesn't got a flush. So let's see what he goes down to. Please, Charizard. Ludicolo. He was probably looking up what does Shroomish do. No sense anywhere. We'll learn sport, doesn't it? So there we go. I have absolutely nothing to touch Ludicolo. There's no reason to stay in. I'm going to go ahead and go into the Bullseye. It's pretty much my only option. I can't go into the Lapras because Lapras can't do anything to a Ludicolo. I mean, I can... Nope. Neutral Ice Shard? That's about it. Neutral Ice Shard is about it. Oh, man. Golly gee willikers. This is not a good time. This is not a good time. But it's alright. It's okay. That's why I liked Versus a lot, because Versus caused both opponents to be under restriction. And not so much this time. Then again, I did choose to bring a Shroomish. So that's my own doing. Let's see if this guy goes for the fake out. Huh. Sableye gone, which is fun because now we can go for an adaptability choice specs tri-attack, which means something is gonna die. I don't think you're living this Ludicolo unless you're Assault Vest, which I guess is kind of common. He's Assault. That's a crit and the freeze. And he thought, oh, he went Scald. He went for Scald. Well, I would have preferred had you gone for the anything other than Scald, my friend. But unfortunately you didn't. That crit ended up not mattering because it's only 1.5, so obviously 2 tri-attacks would kill it anyway. That freeze, if that was a para and a full para, then we would be sitting pretty. But unfortunately, Bullseye, as brave as you are, my friend, you cannot help us out with the rest of this battle. There's just no way. There is just no way. Mienshau's gonna come through, but with Ludicolo gone, hold on. With Ludicolo gone, Shroomish has options. Jolteon's gonna come in, most likely just a Choice Scarf Volt Switch, which makes a lot of sense. I'm tempted to save this Porygon Z for that Charizard, because little guy can eat a Volt Switch. He can eat it. He resists it. It'd be a good time. But I don't think that's in our best interest, so we're gonna let him go down. There's the Volt Switch. I really don't know how much the Volt Switch would do, and then my opponent would have his free switch into Charizard, which he's gonna get anyway. But right now, I can kind of decide what I want to do by what my opponent goes into. I'm sure the Mienshao is gonna come in. And I should have just went out into that. Not that it matters. So Charizard comes in, which means I have to go out into Escape 64. I can't go out into anything else. Really unfortunate. And I could predict and go for Waterfall, but the only chance I have of winning is by going for a Dragon Dance. Now, I'm sure this is it's a Charizard X. Never mind. Huh. Well, if my opponent goes for something that doesn't kill me, Flare Blitz, well, that's probably going to do a lot of damage. Okay, all right, I can take that. I can dig it. We're gonna set up a Dragon Dance. Now, I really don't even think Lapras outspeeds. I think it all comes down to if he's Adamant or Jolly for me to outspeed right now. I will get my Leftovers recovery, which is cool, which is awesome. It's fantastic. Definitely a lot of fun. And I'm gonna go for the Bulldoze. Because if I outspeed, I outspeed. If my opponent switches out, oh! My goodness! Bulldoze Lapras is gonna take the Jolteon out. Oh my goodness! Escape 64! I love you, Escape 64! I love you so much right now, Escape 64. I love you so much. Now, Escape 64. Oh, this thing's gonna have a stupid little oh, it oh my gosh. It was faster, meaning it was Either Choice Scarfed or Escape 64 is so slow. One of the two. I thought the Jolteon was Choice Scarfed. Or maybe they both were. I don't know, but I'm going to go for Bulldoze here. If I outspeed, I don't outspeed. He goes for the Dragon Claw. I can eat that. Escape 64. Coming through. Oh, never mind. You're not. Wow, that did a very little. Your speed falls, though. Now I know I outspeed. Oh, Bulldoze. I would go for an Ice Shard right now if you didn't get that speed drop, and then it should kill, but Escape 64 ends Scrabble off in one of the best episodes I think we have ever had. Oh my goodness. Had my opponent not switched down to the Jolteon, I think he won. Thank you so much for that battle, Mark. Regardless, though, once he switched down to Jolteon, I think I won no matter what. Unless if he landed a high jump kick, that might have killed. But then I really think Shroomish could have brought it back. I think a Spore Leech Seed would have just brought it back. I would have just Leech Seeded that Mienshao. It wouldn't have done anything to me. But thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you come back next week, where we are going to be introducing a new series, give you the whole rundown on it, and I'm really excited for that. But Scrabble's been a lot of fun. I'll probably bring Scrabble to my main channel. In the meantime, Scrabble will return eventually, but I want to do VGC for the next couple months. That being said, have yourselves a good day, but above all else, keep it shady.